do this.
All right, welcome back to the channel. This is Kevin, your empowerment coach, with another recap and review of Ready to Love, one of our favorite shows. And again, I'm joined by my amazing wife, Tarsha.
Yep.
So, again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks to everyone that's already been hitting the like, hitting the subscribe. Welcome back. We have got some stuff to talk about with this episode. So this is the first episode that we really get to see the interactions. We kind of saw in the casting special. There was
cocktail hour.
Yeah, it was. This is where like we really find out who's who, what they're going to be like, or kind of getting really just outside of the interviews, right? So we're not going to do the full-on blow-by-blow, play-by-play recap of everything. Oh goodness, yeah, because that would take forever. Because there's a lot going on. But I want to let's kind of talk about the first one that I think was just drama, and not just necessarily drama, but she was like she had a couple of moments that was just like, calm down, relax, and okay, you might have found somebody. Okay. All right. So that was Denise.
Yeah, Denise. Right. We want to come from the lake. We get on the scene, we get our champagne, and we're talking and mingling, and I think when you feeling somebody, you putting it out there. When you're not feeling it, you putting it out there.
Right. Your interest is obvious, and your disinterest is obvious. And
right away.
There was one scene that you'll see with Rasheed where it was just like, she wasn't feeling Rasheed, and Rasheed was trying to be a gentleman. I think he was trying to be a gentleman.
Hey, it was that HBCU thing, the rivalry. First we're all glad we went to the black college, and then it's like, no, my black college was better than your black college.
But Morehouse was the one. So let's just say that.
Oh, boy.
Real friends don't let friends go to Howard or Hampton. Let's just say that. Anything else, who cares?
So they were having that, because he was asking her what she did, and he's like, okay, I'm a coach. He's like, okay, what kind of coach? And he's like, I'm track. And he's like, okay, what schools? And then when they started comparing schools, it was a wrap.
Well, I mean, even before that, like something with the drink and it was bug or something in it, which, okay, yeah.
Right, but he didn't even offer to go get it. So that was a little, okay, I gotta go get my own drink.
It was like she was always, I think she was like trying to run away from them then, and then she came back. So, but then she did find someone. It looks like she might be working out something with Califani, who I think he was like the MVP of the episode. It was like everybody was gunning for, like, wanting Califani. It was like, oh my goodness,
Well, he does competitions for Olympia, right? I think
Mr. Olympia.
Yes, so he's competed before, so obviously he's a bodybuilder. Yeah. And he got dimples. You can't, dimples are always cute,
Right.
So
I get it.
So he's on the top of the list.
So yeah. Now here's the thing that I as a man, I'm looking at with Denise.
Okay.
Now, aside from the fact that Denise, and let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think about this couple. But Denise, and she kind of talks about this, that she is rough on the outside, soft on the inside. So, and that part of that probably plays into the fact that she had, or not plays into the fact, but maybe the result of the fact that she talks about she had an abusive relationship.
She had an abusive relationship, but you can tell that, she only had like 3 relationships, if I can remember correctly, prior to even being in that relationship. Right. So, and it seemed like she had to fight for some things in life, So, but she's been open about that to someone she was interested into. Yeah. So I think there might be some,
But here's the thing, especially fellas, let me know what you think. Because one of the things I was talking to Tarsha about was the fact that it was like there was a lot of feet rubbing in this episode. Now, mind you, this is day 1.
A lot of feet rubbing. There was one guy rubbing feet. The other one took someone's shoes off.
And then another guy. And
then one, you'll see with Denise, she was getting comfortable. So she just she draped her legs over his legs.
I hear that.
So
now, as men, we like a woman with pretty toes, right? Okay.
I hope so.
But let's just be honest. This is day 1. It's Houston. which means it is hot, which means that the feet might be a little sweaty. And I don't know you, and this is the age of COVID. So why am I rubbing on your feet?
Before COVID, I'm assuming they didn't have any masks on.
I think it was filmed because it looks like the summer. I don't think they did this last year.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. Saying. I'm just not going to take random feet.
Trying to stay on the resort
in my lap and rub it on random feet until I at least know a little more than. Yeah, that's too relaxed for me.
They were being relaxed. They were enjoying themselves.
So yeah, okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. But then another couple that was like, okay, they might have little sparks there was Naya and Chris or KG. Now, KG is the brother with the fuchsia or as Nephew Tommy puts it, the pank suit. And the no shirt.
He was coming in strong. But
they seem to connect.
Mm-hmm. You know, he was kind of sharing kind of like his past trip and they found some connection there where they were taking off their shoes. There's bare feet again.
Right, they did, but they weren't rubbing each other's. Right,
we don't know. They didn't.
At least they ain't showing. Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see where that goes.
All right, and then there was a couple people that knew each other. One was just KG and Joy. They seemed to know each other.
They knew each other. You could tell they were friends. You know. Now, see, this is the thing. If you were friends outside, but you are here to find love, should you be a little open to say, maybe I should check and get beyond the friend zone?
It depends upon the level. It depends upon the level of friendship. Okay. So you know, I had when we met, I had some friends who were like sisters, right?
Right. Yes, some young ladies who were friends.
One of them, when we were younger, we thought about dating each other. Right. Never really got the timing right. Right. But for it depends upon if they were like brother sister friends, or hey, I know you from the community. And, you know, it's always just been like we've been friends.
You're trying to find love.
We'll see.
That brought you down to, what, 8 men? Because one had to leave. So now you're down to 8 instead of 9 dudes.
We'll see.
So, but she was like, oh, that's my boy. That's my friend. I got his back. I'm going to help him. So she picking out girls for him. Like, oh, that's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. That's so-and-so. So
we'll see how that flows.
We'll see how that flows.
Now, one thing that also, and this is always just, it could have been an awkward moment, but Rasheed and Adriana.
Yeah.
So Adriana is probably the youngest young lady there.
Yeah,
Rasheed is divorced. He's got a 7-year-old son.
He got a divorced 7. I think he's in his early 40s.
Yeah. So she sees him. It's like, oh my goodness, that's Rasheed, and she kind of.
He's 42.
42. All right. Yeah. So they went on a date. Yes. At least a date. She ghosted him.
She was
like.
I thought that was hilarious. She's like, "Ooh, that's the dude I ghosted."
But she recognizes I shouldn't have done it.
Small world,
right? But do you think that? Yeah. But do you think that there's maybe an opportunity now? Because it seemed like there might have been a little chemistry popping off there.
I don't think so. I think she was being nice. You know, she probably felt bad because she thought she never gonna see this dude again.
Yeah.
You know, he just got divorced. He had a son. So she just knew the timing wasn't right.
Right.
But she definitely didn't stick around to be cordial. You know, she was just like...
Yeah. she was like deuces without even giving them the deuces.
Right.
But I think that this could be an opportunity for them to explore. Because she even acknowledged that she was coming out of a relationship around that time.
Again, I feel like she was being nice. Now, he probably like, oh, this is the fish I missed.
Yeah, because he was rubbing his hands.
He was like he about to get a snack on.
He
like,
was doing the whole Chef Boyardee thing, rubbing hands. Like,
yo, this is the one that got away.
So,
like, okay.
So we'll see about that.
We'll see.
But now, let's talk about the ones that were in the bottom for the men.
And we're not going to tell you just in case you haven't saw it yet.
We're going to spill it.
We're going to spill it
because I was right.
Because you were right. Okay.
I was right.
You're going to put it, you're going to recap. You're going to put it on what you did.
If you haven't seen it by now, this is just our commentary. Right. All right. So for the guys, Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond, we knew we knew Raymond was gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
The brother man got 5 kids.
Yeah, 5 kids. He's 52. Age is not necessarily because he doesn't look 52.
He doesn't come off like he's
doesn't
52.
Come off right.
He's and he has a successful career. Anytime you can go with big name entertainers,
and he dropped the names a lot. Count how many times he dropped the names.
Listen, I mean, you got to be proud of getting out there and working because a lot of musicians don't get to work on that level.
I get that. But here's the thing for me is that then it's like I'm putting that out there because maybe that's going to be the thing that may put you more interested in me because I've been around these folks and now you think I'm more than.
I think he was trying to explain why he had 5 babies.
Well, you explain that because you slept with 5 different women.
But it sounds like, and I'm not for sure, it didn't give us a real good indication if he was on the road, but he was making the, like, hey, I was on the road with Tank, and I was out Genuine. And, those, they do, panty dropping songs. So if they go do panty dropping songs, So
Raymond was in the bottom. And then my choice, and who I thought and who I predicted, I put it out there.
You did find it.
So if I'm going to say that probably one of the first people I think may be gone from this, it's Sam.
It's always the artistic.
It is. If you look at the past seasons, it's the guys who are. Yeah. So I don't know that Sam's going to be around for a while.
You did.
Sam.
Yes, Sam. Bless his heart.
Again, bless his heart.
Because, like Alex said,
his heart.
She was like, I feel like we had to get to know Sam now because he's an artist, and artists are deep. And so the women were like, listen. The women were like, he monotone.
Yeah, he was.
Some of what he was saying seemed come off really critical, and
it was real deep. And deep's probably not the right word, but there were awkward questions. It was just like, dude, this.
I think he was trying to figure out because he was just like, I'm not that type of person that just kind of like automatically put myself out there. Right. I'm the type of person that got layers. And
but in this environment, that's not, and that's what I thought. It's
not a good environment.
I said it. Sam wasn't going to be around now, right?
Yeah.
So
and we thought it could have been David, but David really came out of his shell.
And David might be the star. David had a few that were looking after him too.
Well, right? Yeah, because he was using his country, his southern man charm.
So Sam did get basically told that he was not ready to love.
He not ready on that show.
Right. So good luck to Sam.
The ladies sent him home. I wish Sam well.
Yep. Good luck to Sam.
Hey, take your time.
All right, and then for the ladies.
Yes, disappointed in this one.
Yeah, because I was pulling for Dani because Dani is the one who. Yeah. I would just kind of give away. Dani was one of the bottom ones, but Dani. We were pulling for her because she had her daughter at a young age. Was married.
She was married at 20, and obviously it didn't work out.
Right.
So Dani turned out to be the home girl.
Yeah, she got friends on by everybody.
Well,
not everybody, but most of them.
A
good number of them were like, "She the homie. She not the."
Yeah, she's making me laugh.
She not the boo. She the homie.
Right. And we were trying to figure out, like, okay, what made her the home girl. In this instance, because she was being funny, and I felt like she was open. She was open.
Right, she wasn't standoffish. She wasn't like Sam monotone.
No.
She was open. She was having good conversation.
So
it might just been it wasn't the right chemistry with the other guys that were there.
Yeah, or we thought. Because you were saying, oh, she's not flirting. But I said, I feel like she's flirting. But maybe it wasn't as sensual. Like, she wasn't coming off, giving that, I see your eyes. Oh, wow, that chest is just glowing, So maybe, because she didn't throw a couple of those in. It's possible, But again, when you spend a lot of your time taking care of your child... And not really getting out dating. You
and it's been a while, you get a little rusty. Yep, I get that.
But let's talk about who almost got cut.
Yeah. So Simone was the other one that almost got cut.
Attorney. I don't know how attorneys get married. If this is how
Yeah, because attorneys don't have a good track record on
Not on Ready for Love.
Because last season, the attorney got cut the first night.
Early.
But Simone was really she said in her interview, and if you go back and watch our recap, we had said that we thought maybe she was just assertive and not aggressive.
Right.
We were wrong. Simone is aggressive. Simone was and here's her question that she asked almost everybody as far as the clips we saw. Do you have a passport?
You got a passport?
You got a passport.
You have a passport.
Dost thou have a passport?
You have a passport? Like a passport.
Granted, she wants someone who's well-traveled or has been outside the country, what have you.
It could be a good question, but you mix it up, right? So if I ask you if you have a passport, then maybe the next guy may be like, so where's the last place exotic you've been?
Where would you love to go on your next vacation?
Right. So switch it up.
Right.
But when y'all all living on the same island or resort, like, did she ask you the passport question? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to come off as that chick, like.
And then she asked she was talking a lot about money. So for me as a man, if my first conversation with you is about money, you coming off as a gold digger.
Well,
but
she's an attorney.
She is an attorney. But if the first conversation, not saying we have gone on a couple of dates, what have you, but if the first conversation at an icebreaker at a reception is about my money, we got some problems because I'm not feeling you from that point.
Right. And I think she's trying to get out like right away. Okay, who should I be focusing on? But you have to assume that at some level the producers are going to put people out there as just as successful as you.
Right.
So that means they have to have some income coming in.
So you might ask that question if you weren't on a show like this.
Right.
Right. But then now, y'all got to watch the clip because when she's talking to David.
Don't give away what the clip is, but she said something to him.
She said something that.
Put it in the comments if you feel like she should have said this. Because she used to live in this place.
Right.
So, so she just makes this assumption.
Based upon the place and what some people go to that place
for.
And so it was.
I didn't even know that myself, but.
Yeah.
But that could be anywhere.
But it was, right. You could be South Phoenix.
Right.
We live in Phoenix, so yeah.
So yeah. Drop in the comments what you think after you look at it.
Yeah.
And let us know how
if you were as offended for this person as I was.
As David, because she was talking to David.
I was offended for David.
I was like, what is she saying? And he was like, no. He said this. I was like, oh. Yeah. So, but it's those awkward moments. I remember us having an awkward moment.
You talking about Red Lobster?
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, you could be just like nervous and you're trying to make conversation.
Yeah.
And you could say the wrong thing.
Right.
Right. Hopefully she's going to redeem herself because he made a comment that when they had a conversation, it was trash. Yeah. So this is hopefully going to get you to watch this episode pretty quickly.
It was a trash conversation. All right. Real quick, your prediction for who is on the chopping block.
Man, I may have to stick with Raymond because, I got some clips again of him and talking about him and his 5 kids.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see, right? He talks about liking them young. And there's only one young person on this resort.
Who seemed to be feeling him.
Right. Which is fine. Again, but you have all these other women. So how are you going to win them over?
Right.
You said that you're a changed person. You have 5 kids. You have 5 kids. I mean, like, some
Can't
of them are grown.
Right.
So, which makes sense. He's in his early 50s. So, half of them kids you don't take care of.
Right.
The 24-year-old, you're not paying child support anymore.
It would be good to know kind of the ages.
Right.
Because he said the oldest was 24.
Correct.
So
knock one out. You're down to 4.
Not as anybody's concerned at that point, right?
Right.
That's just somebody that you might go to a wedding if they can.
Right.
That's it.
Or he might have grandkids,
cool.
So come over. Those are people who are not staying around and he's not supporting on a monthly basis.
But if you got 4 that's all under the age of 7.
Yeah,
that's a whole other issue.
That's another issue.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Raymond.
Yeah.
I think the
Under
next
the ladies.
Yeah.
Now, if Simone don't change her ways,
I think Simone is. I'll say I pray she's smart enough.
Yeah.
To at least make some adjustments in her conversation,
especially since she knew she was on the chopping block. Right.
So it's hard to say, and just from the trailer, it looks like Denise stays around for a while because Denise is like all throughout that. Just
depending on how many episodes those are.
True.
It could be the first 2 episodes.
Very true. So we'll just see.
We'll see.
So we'll see. All right, but let us know who you think in the comments. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. But let us know in the comments who you think is going to be on the next chopping block, and also which couples you think we might have missed. Are there couples that you thought and you saw maybe in the background?
Yeah,
it seemed like they was always hugged up. Who you think might be the one that might continue on? All right, because there's other little connections that we didn't talk about, but we'll see, right?
And what did Simone say to David? And should she have said it?
Let us know what you think about that. All right.
Put it in the comments.
Well, look, again, we appreciate you stopping by on the channel today. You have a great one, and we'll see you next time. Be blessed.
Bye.